Hey everybody, Billy here with Billy's Joint. We show old movies, TV shows, serials, different genres, kind of all over the place, but it's all old stuff, mostly black and white. This show here is a Bulldog Drummond double feature, and Bulldog Drummond was a 1920s character written by Herman McNeil, and he was portrayed as a stiff upper lip Brit, very stoic and brave in the face of danger. And the interesting thing about Bulldog Drummond is many different studios were involved in making the movies, so there's not like one character that stands out as Bulldog Drummond. Like you think of Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes. This is not like that at all. The first movie is John Howard as Bulldog Drummond, and the second movie is Ronald Colman as Bulldog Drummond. This is Bulldog Drummond's secret police, and the plot begins with him being called into action due to mysterious activities in a town that is connected to a criminal organization known as the Secret Police. So here we go with Ron Howard as Bulldog Drummond, and I'll be back with some more trivia, fun facts, etc. So I hope you guys like the show. Here we go.
Stop chasing that train, Hugh Drummond.
Auntie, the engineer would think I'm a quitter if I stop now. See?
Keep your eyes on the road.
With Phyllis here, I can't. Only 20 more hours, darling.
May I say I hope so, sir? May I say I doubt if there will ever be a wedding?
What could prevent our marriage this time?
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
But this time, Auntie...
I'm not your aunt, Hugh Drummond.
Oh, we made it.
Something seems to whisper, my love. That was only the beginning.
Of our happy married life.
Or of a trip to the hospital.
Pardon me, my good man, but would you be good enough to tell me the way to, oh dear, I've forgotten where I want to go.
This is Rockingham, sir.
Rockingham. Oh, yes, quite so, yeah. Rockingham Tower, the residence of Captain Drummond.
Go right up the old Roman road. All you have to do is follow the furniture vans.
Follow the furniture vans? Now, why on earth should I want to follow furniture vans?
Well, you see, Captain Drummond's always lived at the lodge. But he's getting married tomorrow, so they're opening the towers. First time in 20 years, sir.
Oh, I see. Oh, yes, quite so. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Rather warm for the time of the year, don't you think?
Hey, it's warm, all right, but it's August, you know.
August? My calendar said January. I must have forgotten to turn it. Thank you so much. Up the Roman road, follow the furniture vans, Captain Drummond. Fine.
How are you, Tenny?
Thank you, Miss Reynolds. Captain Drummond.
Oh, Tenny.
I'll put these in water, if I may.
Our things are in the car, Tennyson.
I'll see to them, miss. Your rooms are in the east wing. The towel will be ready by dinner time, sir.
Good, Tenny. And tomorrow?
I've made all arrangements, sir. Rehearsal at 11 and the wedding at 12.
And it's the last chance you'll have if I have anything to say about it, Hugh Drummond.
Do you hear that, Tenny? No nonsense. This time we've got to get married.
As they say in America, sir, this time it is in the bag.
I don't like American slang, Tennyson.
Shall I show you to your rooms, miss?
Bosh. Spent half my time here when I was a girl. Coming, Phyllis?
Presently, Aunt Blanche.
I'm afraid Auntie doesn't like us.
But I do.
That will be Mr. Longworth, sir.
Yes, making himself useful again.
I'm afraid so, sir.
How's yourself? I don't know, old boy. Well, the way you saved that vase is remarkable. Quite acrobatic, what?
Yes,
if
hello, Algy. Hello,
Hello,
Colonel.
hello, boy. The sparkle in those eyes can mean only one thing. Happiness. Scotland Yard waits while I attend your wedding.
Thank you, Colonel. By the way, did I hear a crash?
Oh, yes. All the way from the top shelf, old boy, and never broke it.
It's lucky for you, Algy. That's a genuine Ming worth 200 pounds.
200 pounds? I better put it right up.
Oh.
It's, was worth 200 pounds, old boy.
This way, Mr. Bolton. Mr. Tennyson should be somewhere about.
Mr. Tennyson?
He's in charge of the staff.
I thought the butler was usually in charge.
Captain Drummond's gentleman's gentleman. He's the one you have to keep your eye on at Rockingham. Why, he's even discharged the new cook. That came only this morning. Because she didn't agree with him about the Yorkshire pudding. He's the whole cheese, I can tell you.
Quite so, Mrs. Thomas. The cheese, the whole cheese.
Oh, I'm sure, sir. I didn't mean that.
Quite so. You'll see that those roses are put in Miss Clavering's room.
Yes.
You're Bolton, the new butler?
Shaftesbury's agency sent me down, Mr. Tennyson.
You've been in some nice families.
Oh, yes, sir. The very best.
Yes, you'll begin your duties at once. Mrs. Thomas will show you to your quarters.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
State papers of Roger Bacon. How frightfully interesting. Wonder what edition it is. Oh.
Excuse us, sir.
Oh, that's quite all right. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Wait. Pardon me, is there something you want, sir?
Oh, no, nothing at all, no. Oh, is that my tea? Just put it somewhere.
Pardon me, sir, but this is Captain Drummond's tea.
Oh, Captain Drummond, yes. Oh, I asked him to come and see me, yes. Show him in.
Pardon me, sir, but Captain Drummond is in.
Oh, Stuart, I came to see him, didn't I? Yes. Well, just a moment. Oh. Would you be so good as to tell him I'm here?
Very good, sir. You'll wait here, sir?
Oh, yes, I'll wait, yes. Come in. That's odd. I distinctly heard a knock.
These things have no fixed value, only what a collector's willing to pay for them.
Splendid. Gentlemen to see you, sir.
Oh. Professor Downey, Research Department, Museum of Historical Documents.
Downey? What's he doing here?
What, do you know him, Colonel?
Well, I met him.
In Scotland Yard?
You know, Hugh, just because I happen to associate with you and your friends does not necessarily mean that all my acquaintances are rascals.
I like that.
I see him if I were you, Hugh. He's a quaint old bird. Knows more English history than any man I've ever heard of.
I'll show him in, Tenny.
Very good. Yeah. Good as new, almost.
That makes me feel much better.
I'm so glad of that. Just let it dry for a few hours, will you?
I'll put it where it will be safe.
Be careful, Algy.
Not twice, Hugh. Oh.
Professor Downey.
Dear me, did you break something?
Oh, Professor Downey, I'm Hugh Drummond. You're just in time for tea.
Oh, I just had some tea out there. Oh, I see you've got some more here. How jolly.
This is Algy Longworth.
Longworth. Anglo-Norman name, 11th century.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you come and meet my friends, Professor?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Phyllis, may I present Professor Downey, Miss Clavering,
Charmed.
and Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard.
How are you? Oh, fellow Scot. And what part, might I ask, of Scotland?
Excuse me. No, Professor, you misunderstand. Colonel Nielsen is Commissioner of Scotland Yard.
Oh, yes, I wrote a history about it once. Rather overrated, I fear.
Scotland Yard?
Oh, no, my book. Oh.
Tea, Professor?
Oh, thanks. Nothing like a good cup of hot tea on a cold January day. Oh, perhaps I should explain the reason of my visit. It's about the treasure.
Treasure? What treasure?
I estimate the value to be in the neighborhood of £1 million. Of course, in the days of Charles I, the value of the pound wasn't...
What on earth are you talking about, Professor?
I better explain. Yes, I will explain. You've heard of Bori Ishliani?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, he was my assistant in the museum until I had him arrested 3 years ago.
Arrested? What for?
For theft, sir. Theft of these. At least I should say attempted theft, since I've still got them. He was a scoundrel, sir. A sane, clever, thinking scoundrel, sir, who masqueraded under the name of Seton. Henry Seton.
Stop it, Hugh, before something happens.
Well, not a chance, darling. Professor, may I ask what those papers are?
Oh, these are the plans of the ancient rooms and passages below Rockingham Tower.
What, my own place?
Yes. And this is the diary of Colonel John Cooper, a royalist officer under Charles I.
One of my ancestors, darling. There's a portrait of him in the long gallery.
Yes, we have a copy in the museum. Look rather a blackguard, a bit like you, Captain Drummond. Dear me, did I say something amusing?
Not at all, Professor. Please go on.
Let me see, where was I? Oh, yes, I was puzzled as to why Seton should want to steal these particular papers. So I made a study of them, together with all contemporary documents I had in my possession. And I came to the conclusion that there is a treasure, king's treasure, hidden somewhere. Here, perhaps, under our very feet.
Do you hear that, darling? Right here in Rockingham.
I might have known it.
And now, this is what Colonel Cooper says in his diary. Riding all day and all night, got safely to Rockingham with the king's treasure.
Do you hear that, darling?
I heard.
My wound very painful. Concealed all the treasure in the passages without arousing suspicion of the servants. There it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. Those are the passages, Captain Drummond, according to the plans. Rockingham is positively honeycombed.
Why, I was through them scores of times when a boy.
Then you saw the crypt, the Tower of the Waters, the Chamber of the Spikes?
The what?
The Tower of the Water, the Chamber of Spikes.
No, darling. No, they're new to me, sir.
Then you haven't seen the places mentioned in this diary.
Perhaps I didn't see them all. My father had the entrance to those passages walled up.
Where was the entrance?
In one of the storerooms, I believe. Why, the one directly below this, as a matter of fact.
Obviously, there's another set of passages. The diary describes them minutely.
And where's the entrance to those passages, Professor?
Unfortunately, Colonel, I cannot tell you yet.
Good.
You see, this diary makes use of a device very common at the time, a secret cipher, so that it conceals the exact location. Observe.
And there it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. Urezqsltis.
Sounds like Greek to me.
Oh, no, my dear sir. If it were Greek, there'd be no difficulty.
Well, it's all very exciting, Professor, but I'm afraid it's not going to make us much richer. How's that, darling?
My dear sir, you are wrong. I have already made progress in reading the cipher.
You have?
Mm-hmm. But I am hampered as to exact data concerning the tower itself. Now, I thought perhaps if I might see it.
Professor, I'm to be married tomorrow. And the treasure that becomes mine then is all that interests me.
Bravo, darling. That's a very pretty speech.
But I should be glad to have you as my guest for as long as you may require to carry out your researches.
Oh, my dear Captain Drummond, you make me very happy. What a wonderful adventure this is going to be.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Professor Downey asked me to give you this. He said he thought you might like to read it tonight.
Cooper's diary, eh?
Very thoughtful of him.
Made him comfortable, Tenny?
In the north wing, sir. He's engrossed in studying the cipher.
Well, you might put it beside my bed.
Very good, sir.
Your elaborate indifference doesn't fool me a bit, Hugh Drummond. I know you're positively aching to tear Rockingham to pieces, stone by stone.
Darling, £1,000,000.
Hugh, please, won't you tell him to... What a fool I am.
On my record, darling, you're justified in expecting battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen
Well,
now...
not this time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the stroke of 12.
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
Sorry, darling. Get married tomorrow.
Where's the clergyman, Algy?
He'll be along, old boy. Don't get nervous.
I thought everything was arranged.
Don't worry, darling, it is.
Phyllis.
Cut it out, big boy!
Don't tell me married life is going to spoil your sense of humor.
Bet you forgot the ring.
Quit to a giraffe's neck, I haven't.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
Colonel Neil! Hugh Drummond, you have the most uncanny faculty for getting into trouble, just when you're about to be married.
You're wasting your time, Drummond. Below you is the Thames River, and I will...
Tenny! Yes, sir. This place is going to blow up any minute. Get out while you have a chance.
Tenny. Tenny!
I tried to give satisfaction to him.
Louder, Tenny, louder. Battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen now...
Not this time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the stroke.
You know, wedding or out of it, I am the best man.
Trivia question. In what movie did John Howard play Ronald Colman's brother? So John Howard is Bulldog Drummond here, Ronald Colman in the next movie. There's a very famous movie where they played brothers. What is the name of that movie? And I'll have the answer at the end of the show.
Here, what?
Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond! Help! Mr. Longworth! Colonel...
Oh. Tenny, what happened?
We appear to have had a slight touch of nightmare, sir.
There was no nightmare that hit me on the chin.
Then it wasn't you who hit me, sir?
You open the door. Have you two been fighting?
Fighting? Oh, no, sir.
Hugh,
No, darling, there's nothing to worry about.
I warned you if we came down here, something would happen.
What was it?
Probably a second-story man, Colonel, who thought Rockingham was still unoccupied. We rather got the worst of it, eh, Tenny?
It could hardly be called a holiday, sir.
Let's go after the blighters, old boy.
Well, there was only one, Algy, only one.
Only one? You mean you let one man knock you both down and then get away? Oh, dear, you're slipping, old thing. You too, Tenny.
And we are humiliated, sir.
Phyllis, you mark my words. He'll wriggle out of this wedding just as he did all the others.
Well, that's hardly fair, Aunt Blanche. I was just reading Colonel Cooper's diary. It's gone.
And so am I. Good night.
Colonel, somebody beside Downey thinks there's treasure hidden in Rockingham.
You didn't see his face?
I couldn't see anything because of that pillow. Afterwards, we smashed the lamp and it was too dark.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
Then let's leave here now. We can be in London in an hour and...
All right, darling, we'll do that very thing.
Captain Drummond's room? Yes, Professor Downey. He wants to speak to you. Says it's urgent.
Don't talk to him, Hugh.
He's my house guest, darling. I must.
All right.
There, old girl. It's quite all right. Nothing's going to happen.
Yes, Professor. Yes, I know it's midnight.
He's 6 minutes late.
You have? He solved the cipher. Go on, Professor. Are you certain?
Yes. I can lead you directly to the hiding place. Henry Seton.
Hello. Hello, are you there?
So you know where the treasure is, Professor Downey?
Yes, Henry. Now I know why you tried to steal the Cooper diary.
You saved me a lot of work.
Line's dead.
I knew it.
Tenny?
I have them here, sir.
I give up.
Now, darling.
I know it's not your fault. The fates are against us. It'll be the same if we went to Timbuktu to get married.
But, sweetheart...
As long as that's the way it is. Tenny, give me a pistol.
Darling, you're 1 in 1,000.
Last time I was 1 in 1,000,000.
Professor Downey.
I say, old boy, let me, will you? Hello. Are you there? Are you there?
I have it here, sir.
Stand back now.
Let Algy try it, Hugh.
Yes, I'll show you how, old boy. Hold this, will you?
Ow!
Oh, now, darling, no nerves, old girl, no nerves.
In heaven's name, Hugh Drummond, couldn't you wait until morning?
Oh, what is it, sir?
That's what we're trying to find out, Bull.
Pardon me, sir.
And if you'll pardon me, sir.
Do you really intend to marry this lunatic?
I'm doing my best.
Heaven protect your children.
We'll name the first girl after you, Auntie.
Bosh. Well, hurry up. I want to get back to sleep.
Pardon me.
Never mind, Tenny.
I follow you, sir.
Hello. Rockingham Police Station? This is Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard. A man has been killed at Rockingham... No. Wait a minute. Not the lodge. Rockingham Tower. Notify the coroner And send a detail of police over here to patrol the grounds. Yes? Have them report to me personally. I'll explain when they arrive.
Colonel?
Hold the line, will you a minute? What is it, Algy?
I've been thinking.
What about?
Nothing.
I'm not surprised.
I've checked the windows and doors in this wing, Mr. Tennyson.
In the billiard room?
Everything is secure, sir.
You can start on the second floor.
Very good, sir.
I say thank you. And how's Aunt Blanche?
Hugh gave her a sleeping tablet.
Good, just what she needed.
Colonel, Downey mentioned someone by the name of Seaton, didn't he?
Hugh, this is interesting. Ishiani, or Seaton, was released from prison yesterday. I just got that from the yard as you came in.
Then he's the man who murdered the professor.
And tried to do me in.
And stole Cooper's diary from your room.
And Downey's key to the cipher.
Which means that Seaton will try to get into Rockingham again.
And that is why I had Tenney and Bolton lock all the doors and windows, my dear Sherlock Holmes.
And that is why I ordered a detail of police to patrol the grounds, my dear Watson.
If you had an ounce of brains, you'd leave the doors and windows open.
And let the fellow walk off with £1 million?
And if I remember my Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson managed to get married, which is more than you'll ever do, Hugh Drummond, as long as you keep fooling around with treasure trove and that villainous diary.
Sit down, Auntie.
Oh, I don't want to sit down.
But, Auntie, we haven't got the diary.
I beg your pardon, sir. I found it under the window of Professor Downey's room.
Good, Tenney.
See, Phyllis? Deception, collusion.
Hugh, I'm afraid. That book brought death to Professor Downey. Please get rid of it, won't you?
All right, darling, I will. Now, Tenney?
Yes, Captain Drummond.
The diary. A match. A newspaper?
Yes, Captain Drummond. The Times. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Times, sir.
And a fireplace.
I follow you, sir. You're quite certain, sir?
Fire, Tenney. Flames.
As you say, sir.
You see?
Maybe I was mistaken, Hugh. You're a nice boy. Come now, dear, we can sleep.
I say, old boy, did she kiss you?
Did she, Algy?
I saw her.
Then maybe she did, Algy. Maybe she did. Well, there goes £1 million.
That's love, old boy. Real love.
Well, maybe it is, Algy, but somehow I feel like a quitter.
I beg your pardon, sir. But if you feel any pangs of regret about burning the diary, I took the precaution to burn the telephone directory, sir. Just in case.
Tenney, you're magnificent.
I try to give satisfaction, sir.
You're a veritable
Treasure, sir?
treasure indeed, Tenney. And with this, we'll find it, eh?
As they say in America, sir, one can't be shot for trying.
You're wrong, Tenney. Professor Downey was.
Well, anything doing?
Nothing irregular.
Nothing but me losing a good night's sleep. I wish this here Henry Seaton were in Halifax, I do.
Yeah, cooperating with Scotland Yard to catch Henry Seaton might win you a promotion, my boy.
Aye, or a bullet in the back.
Yeah, talk hearty now, talk hearty.
Hearty? Hearty me eye.
Go on, carry on.
M's the 13th letter. If that were transposed, we'd have N. Algy, wake up.
Oh, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Come on, old boy, you promised to help.
No, don't, darling, don't.
What?
Oh, it's you, huh? Oh, then she didn't slap me.
Who didn't?
The girl on the bus. We were riding down Piccadilly, and just as I kissed her, you slapped me.
I'm sorry, old boy.
Oh, that's all right. I'll probably see her again sometime.
Now, look, Algy, I've got the...
Hugh.
I forgot to ask for a telephone number.
Look, Algy, I've got it. The first letter, it's N, I think.
First letter in what?
In the alphabet, Algy, the letter N.
N in the alphabet. That's funny.
Shut up. Now, here, look at that.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U.
Yeah, it's a reversed alphabet directly above a normal ABC one.
Oh, right, no. A is Z, and B is Y.
Right. Now, when I read you a letter, you write down the one directly above it in the reversed alphabet.
I get it. I think.
X.
X. C.
L.
O.
L.
Go on.
X.
C.
L.
O.
L.
O.
Now, that's the first word. What does it spell?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, that depends on the point of view, Algy. Oh, confound it, if we only had Professor Downey's notes.
B, Y, I, R, Z, A, I, R, Y, B, R, I, O, L.
Great help you turned out to be.
3 clubs.
I'd give anything for just one.
Doubled.
With Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies. But should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. YRARBIL. LIBRARRY. Library. The library.
Hugh! Oh, Hugh!
Down, Algy.
What are you shooting at me for?
He got my mate, sir.
You see who it was?
No, sir.
Let's get him inside.
Tenny!
Coming down.
Confound it, what's the matter with the lights? The fuse must have blown off.
It's all right now, Tom.
Oh, it's you, Colonel.
He's done for, sir.
You? What is it?
It's one of the constables, dear.
I beg your pardon, miss.
Over here, Bolton.
Yes, Mr. Tennyson.
You'd better go to your room, darling.
Yes, and keep Aunt Blanche in hers.
She must have slept right through it.
Well, that's something to be thankful for.
Alf had a feeling that Seaton would get him, sir. Any instructions?
Yes, locate your men at station close around the house.
Very good, sir.
Poor fellow. It might have been you if Seaton had got inside.
But he was inside. We saw him.
You saw him? Where?
In this very room, Colonel.
Yeah, he must have hidden somewhere after he killed Downey.
That explains why the lights went off and why the burglar alarm sounded when he went out. Confound it, Algy, if you hadn't made such a racket.
Oh, I'm sorry, old boy. I was only trying to help.
I know.
Oh, besides, Seaton won't try and get inside again tonight.
How do we know he isn't in now?
We saw him go through those doors.
He had plenty of time to come back while we were outside, Algy.
Oh, Hugh.
Huh? You mean he may be hiding in one of those secret passages, waiting to pop out and corpse one of us?
It's not unlikely. He has Downey's key to the cipher, you know.
And we don't know where those passages are.
Not the ones Downey mentioned at any rate.
Tenny, Bolton.
Coming, sir.
We're going over this house from cellar to attic. But, darling, you better go to your room and lock yourself in and stay there. Bolton, see Miss Clavering to her room and stay on guard in the hall.
Oh, very good, sir.
But, Hugh,
Please do as I say, darling.
All right.
Algy, you take this floor and I'll do the cellar. Tenny, you take the upper floors.
Oh, what am I to do, Hugh?
Well, Colonel, you stay here. If Seaton comes back...
I'll mow him down. All right, Hugh, I'll carry on. Bulldog Drummond Secret Police.
Interesting trivia on John Howard. He was executive officer on a mine-sweeping ship. And the ship hit a mine, and it killed the captain. And John took over. And he had to jump in the water multiple times to save the ship and crew. And he got the Navy Cross for that, and also France gave him a medal. So, quite a guy.
He could have gone that way.
I don't think so, sir. He would have had to pass one of my men I had stationed at the front gate.
And he didn't take the path toward the lodge?
No, sir, because that's where I was on duty when it happened.
He could have gone through the flower beds and escaped through the woods.
Not unless he had 7-league boots, Colonel. That bed's over 20 feet wide.
There's another footprint on it.
And had he gone that way...
He would have met us.
Which he did not.
Well, we can't let him get away with this, Colonel.
He's made a fair job of it so far.
May I get up now, sir?
Oh, yes, Tenny, thank you. Well, that gives us a pretty fair idea of what took place here last night.
Except how he got away.
Yes, Algy, except how he got away. And if he didn't go that way, and if he didn't go that way...
Or that way?
Then which way did he go?
Up, sir.
Up?
Yes, Algy, up!
The ivy!
Huh?
Look, Colonel, he's left a trail of broken ivy as plain as day.
Now will you believe he's somewhere in the house?
In the passages, Colonel. And when we open the entrance to the ones I'm familiar with...
We'll try to find the entrance to the ones he's familiar with.
Right. Have you ordered the men from the village, Tenny?
They started to open the wall in the storeroom an hour ago, sir.
Good. Now we'll see if Seaton went through the window or made it to the roof.
Oh, careful, Hugh.
Right. See you on the third floor, sir.
Right, Tenny?
Wedding festivities, indeed. This place is a museum of horrors. Not just one murder, but two. 2 murders in one night.
There, Auntie. It's all over now.
What's that? What is it? Help! Help!
Sorry, darling. I thought you were downstairs having breakfast.
Hugh Drummond, what are you doing? Peering in my window. Now perhaps you realize the kind of man you're marrying?
Please, Aunt Blanche, let me explain. I'm following Seaton.
Yes, climbing up walls like a bat.
Well, that's how he got away, up the ivy to one of the rooms above this, I think.
I'm through. I've had enough. I'm taking the next train back to town, and so are you.
But, Auntie, we're going to be married at noon.
Well, I could be done to death 20 times before then.
Oh, Aunt Blanche.
I'm not your aunt. I wouldn't be your aunt if an act of Parliament decreed it.
But you're Phyllis's aunt, and you can't desert her like this.
Oh, can't I? I suppose you'll stop me, you vine-climbing Dracula? You better go. I'll talk to her.
No, not that way. down.
Anything for you, darling.
Hugh!
Don't worry, darling. That's much easiest way to come down.
Captain Drummond!
Yes, Tenny?
There's no trace of him in this room, sir.
Well, try the next one then.
That'll be Bolton's room, sir.
Well, go over and see if the vines are torn over there on the right.
Very good, sir. Bolton! Bolton! Bolton!
Tenny!
Tenny!
That's odd he doesn't answer. Let's go up.
Captain Drummond!
What is it, Sergeant?
Foul play, sir. One of my men found a body in clear wood.
What, another one?
Yes, sir. And we're hoping that you can identify him.
What makes you think that?
Because, sir, he was coming here.
Here?
Open season at Rockingham. The station master identified him as a passenger on the 2:15 yesterday. He asked the way to the tower, sir.
What'd he look like?
Well, sir, he was a man about 40, of medium height. Said he was your new butler, sir.
Bolton? I've got it. Bolton started for Rockingham.
And it was Seaton who arrived.
Right.
He must have met Bolton on the train and...
I say, Hugh, what's happened to Tenny?
Tenny!
We're wasting time. Sergeant, let no one leave the house.
Right, sir. Here, Algy.
Huh?
Up there.
Did you get my hot water bottle, Phyllis? Bolton, what are you doing in my room? Oh!
Tenny! Tenny!
Oh, he doesn't seem to be in
the wardrobe, Algy.
Where is everyone, Bolton?
In the garden, I believe, Miss Clavering. Captain Drummond is examining the ivy.
Oh, thank you.
Captain
Drummond. Take it easy, old boy.
What happened? What did you see?
Stars, sir.
Auntie. Auntie.
It was Bolton, sir.
Yes, we know, Tenny, we know.
Hugh! Hugh, where are you? Hugh! Bolton! What on earth are you doing?
Captain Drummond must have found the entrance to the passages, miss.
But I thought the entrance
Phyllis!
was that...
Phyllis! 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 She must be with Seaton.
But where?
That's what we've got to find out, Algy. See if the men have opened the wall in the storeroom. Colonel, I'm sure that scream came from here. There must be an entrance somewhere.
Hey, those old blighters didn't half-wall up the entrance to these here passages, they didn't.
Wait a minute. I'm the old blighter that walled it up 20 years ago.
Blimey, what's he doing?
Making a bomb, young fellow, my lad. Bottle, fuse, and gunpowder. It'll blow open the entrance to that passage in no time at all.
Won't it damage the house, sir?
Not a chance, or no. I learned all about this sort of thing during the war.
Pardon me, sir. We are both needed in the library, sir.
Right-ho, I'll toddle along.
Oh, confound it, Colonel. These panels are like the Rock of Gibraltar, all of them.
This code isn't solving either.
Well, what do you expect? It took Downey 3 years to work it out. You can't do it in 10 minutes.
No, don't get the wind up, Hugh.
But, Colonel, Phyllis... Algy! Tenny!
Right here, old boy.
Coming, sir.
Oh, good work, Tenny. Huh? Now get busy, all of you.
Yeah, but I say, Hugh, I've never used one of these things.
It's just like a corkscrew, Algy.
Oh, I know how to do that.
I wouldn't try it if I were you. These passages are like catacombs.
May I ask what you propose to do with me?
I don't know. You know, something I hadn't counted on.
Do you know just how you're going to get out of here?
Oh, the way we came in.
I suppose it hasn't occurred to you they'll be waiting in the library. They know the entrance is there.
Do they?
We heard them. So they must have heard me when I screamed.
Oh, you're a smart girl.
Tower of Waters.
Now I know how I'm going to get out of here.
Through there?
Perhaps. Or through the library with you as my ticket. So don't try to get away again. I wouldn't like it.
Chamber of the Spikes.
It's worth 100 quid if it's worth a penny. Yeah, put it on.
No!
Not good enough for a ladyship, I suppose.
I've got it, sir.
Huh? Good work.
Oh. Seems just like the others.
Draft here, Colonel.
Hugh.
Good work, Algy. Stand clear, Tenny. Algy.
Huh?
Will you please get out of the way?
Oh. But should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. This place could tell some pretty tales, eh? Clever? Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies.
Phyllis! Phyllis!
Well, what's one little gold piece? The Roundheads never knew what became of the king's jewels after the Battle of Naseby. Here. You little fool, I'm one of the richest men in England.
Phyllis!
Like sardines in a tin. Birds in a cage would be more appropriate, sir.
Pardon me, sir, but we are in for a spot of trouble. Oh. Ah.
Don't fire, you get Phyllis.
That's right, Drummond.
Let me talk to him. Seaton,
Yes, Colonel?
let Miss Clavering come down to us and we'll give you a fair chance to get away.
Well, throw out your pistols.
Why, say, we can't do that.
I'll count 5. 1.
Don't do it, Hugh. He'll kill you.
2.
Here they come.
Pardon me, sir. The reserve.
Good work, Tenny.
Come out, all of you. You must take me for a fool, Nielsen.
I promise to let you go.
I'll see to that. First, we'll have Captain Drummond.
No!
Ah, Captain Drummond, Miss Clavering. Places, everyone. Rehearsal. Right over here, please. Facing me. And, Captain, you will be on Miss Clavering's right.
Oh, yes, of course.
Just a little bit closer, if you please, yes. And, Colonel, you will be on Miss Clavering's left.
Oh, splendid.
And, Mr. Longworth, you will right here on Captain Drummond's right. That's That's right. Well, now, splendid. Now, supposing we run through it. Now, all you have to do is to keep calm. Now, let me see. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here...
I say, Hugh, are you there? Oh.
Where's Phyllis?
Chin up, old boy. She's gone.
Gone where?
She and her aunt have departed for Africa, sir.
Africa?
Yes, to hunt lions.
She said it would be safer, sir.
Next, we have Bulldog Drummond Strikes Back with Ronald Colman as Bulldog Drummond, 1934. The British super sleuth has immersed himself in another adventure where he stumbles upon a corpse in a mysterious London mansion. And the mansion is owned by Prince Achmed, played by Warner Oland, the first very well-known Charlie Chan. So he enlists the help of Algy and Lola, played by Loretta Young, to help him find the truth. And the whole time he must rely on his cunning because Prince Achmed has offered a reward for his capture. So this stars Ronald Colman as Bulldog Drummond, Loretta Young, and Warner Oland in Bulldog Drummond Strikes Back.
A lovelier bride I've never seen.
You're wonderful.
And you'll always be happy?
Always.
Do you mind? Not at all, old boy.
Well, my dear, this is the only reason that I ever come to weddings. A charming custom, isn't it, kissing the bride?
I've heard it so described, but never by the bride. Excuse me, old boy, but this gentleman is next.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Mary.
My dear Gwen.
Hello, Drummond. Hello. Say, I was just wondering, what became of Algy?
Who?
Algy, the bridegroom, you know, her husband.
Oh, you mean that lonely little chap with a face like a rabbit. There he is.
Oh, I see. Ah, the bridegroom. Hearty congratulations, my dear fellow.
Thanks, Hugh. They say I'll be very happy.
Algy, have you kissed her yet?
Well, not since the ceremony.
Go to her, and if she raises the slightest objection, put your foot down. There must be no discrimination against the husband.
Thanks, Hugh. That's a very interesting way of looking at it.
Good.
Darling, can I see you for a minute?
I'll carry it.
Oh, would you excuse me just a minute, darling?
Remember, just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute, my pet. Oh, Hugh. You're not going to leave me alone tonight of all nights.
But this is your wedding night, Algy. Tonight of all nights, you should be left alone.
Yeah, a matter of custom, I suppose.
I'm afraid so.
Well, anyway, it was awfully nice of you to come all the way back from Africa just to attend my wedding.
Well, Algy, this is the end. The end not only of your adventuring, but mine too. The old team of Drummond and Algy miles together. Never again to fare forth into the night, armed with toothbrush and gun.
I suppose some of the unhappiest moments of my life were spent with you, old boy.
Well, Algy, it was fun. Then, but now, oh, I'm fed up. I've had all the thrills I ever wanted. War, adventure, big game hunting. And all I want now is peace and quiet. To stretch out on a grassy slope, face to the sun, the ripple of a babbling brook making soft music, to drowse their Algy through the years. With just a pipe, a dog, and a book.
Any particular book?
Never you mind. You get back to Gwen and never leave her again. Never, Algy, for any reason.
I'll speak to her about it.
All right, see you before you go.
My holy sainted aunt. If it isn't Drummond, Bulldog Drummond.
Nielsen, my dear fellow, I'm delighted. How goes Scotland Yard?
Why aren't you still in Africa?
Algy's wedding. You wouldn't have me miss that, would you?
All the week I've had a dull, sickly feeling something horrible was going to happen to me. And here you are.
As Algy would say, I don't follow you, Inspector.
The moment you come to London, trouble starts, and you know it. The last time you arrived, some silly ass tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament.
Dreadful, Inspector, dreadful.
Oh, come on. You stop calling me Inspector.
I'm sorry, Colonel Alfred, Reginald Nielsen, DSO, MC, Assistant Commissioner, Scotland Yard.
Drummond, you're a splendid fellow in many ways, no doubt. But for the sake of peace and quiet, why can't you go back to Africa tonight?
Inspector, I'm saying goodbye to all excitement. Tomorrow morning early, I'm leaving London for Sussex.
Good.
Yes, I'm going to devote the rest of my life to raising hollyhocks.
Huh?
Hollyhocks. Tall, ugly little flowers. No perfume. Very bad smell, in fact.
May I ask why you're going down to Sussex to raise these stinking little flowers?
Oh, I'm fed up. Inspector, ever since the war, I've...
Ah.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't be at the ceremony, Algy, but I've arrived in time to wish you both happiness.
Thank you, Colonel. Miss you.
Goodbye, my dear, and a life filled with happiness.
Thank you, Hugh. And when we get back, we want you to be the first to visit us.
Thank you. Algy, old friend, our paths may cross again one day, but until they do, goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye, Hugh. Don't forget to telephone us, even if it's just a postcard.
I will, I promise. Goodbye to you, Inspector. I shall now vanish into the fog, possibly never to be seen again. That should cheer you up.
But you're not going to walk in this fog. We live in the same building. Let me give you a lift.
We'll drop you off.
No, thanks. No, the fog seems to offer something I want. Peace and quiet. Goodbye, Gwen.
Bye-bye.
Algy.
Bye.
Colonel.
Yes. I still have a feeling I shan't get a wink of sleep tonight.
That's strange. I have something of the same feeling about myself.
Algy.
Look out where you're going, can't you?
Sorry, old man. Pardon? My fault, I'm afraid. Forgive me.
Oh, wait just a moment, please. Who was it you just spoke to?
Nobody.
Oh, yes, you did. I heard you. Was it a man or a woman?
Neither. As a matter of fact, it was some kind of a pole. A telegraph pole.
You spoke to a telegraph pole?
Oh, just a little. All I said was, please forgive me. You see, I bumped into it quite accidentally.
I don't believe you. You're lying to me. Why does everybody lie to me?
Hey, wait a minute, please.
Pardon me, Governor. The light. Thanks. Soapy, ain't it?
I'll give you my word, Governor. I've been lost in this here blinking fog for 3 bloomin' days and 3 blasted nights. How about you, Governor? Lost in the fog, too?
To tell you the truth, my friend, I'm afraid I am.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
Ah, that's the difficulty. Hold on, I've got it. Look, you attach yourself firmly to this post and hold tight, you understand. Meanwhile, I'll go to this house and ask permission to phone. Hello? Hello there. Anyone at home? Hello? May I use your telephone? Hey, officer! Officer, I found it for you.
Found what, sir?
The body. Come quickly.
Yeah. Well, what's all this about, eh?
Oh, that's funny. It's locked. Now, there's no use doing that. There's no one at home.
Yes, sir.
May we come in?
If you wish, sir. Just a moment, please. Who do you wish to see?
Where were you 2 minutes ago?
Yes, sir.
Well, why didn't you summon the police?
For what, sir?
Are you sure you got the right house, sir?
Oh, positive. Now, sir. What is it you want?
Now, one moment, sir. This is all very highly irregular.
Yes, and that body, officer, is very highly irregular.
A body? What sort of body? You were saying, sir?
I was saying that I was in here 3 minutes ago.
Sing. Was this gentleman in this house 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago?
No, Your Highness.
Proceed, sir.
2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes ago, sir. In that room, on a divan, lay a body. The body of a man who had died in great agony.
But this is shocking. Too shocking for me to ignore, sir. I'm afraid I shall have to insist on you looking again.
I beg your pardon.
Permit me. I am Prince Achmed of Shavi.
Drummond, sir. Hugh Drummond.
Mr. Drummond, my daughter, Mrs. Southern.
How do you do?
At least you were not in the room before, or I would most certainly have noticed it. Where's the monkey?
Here now. Never mind the monkey. Where's that body you said you saw?
Officer.
Blimey. Is this your corpse? Seems to me he's very much alive. You're mistaken, sir.
Yes, you're right. Pardon me, but how long have you been here?
About 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes, I fell asleep right after dinner.
Aren't you the man they call Bulldog Drummond?
Bulldog? At this moment, Mrs. Southern, not nearly as much bulldog as Pomeranian.
And now, are you quite satisfied that we're harboring no bodies, violently dead or otherwise?
Quite. My only concern now is for my own sanity. All right, officer, I'll go quietly.
Sorry to trouble you, sir.
And 1,000 apologies, Your Highness, for stupid intrusion. Good night.
If this fellow bothers you again tonight, let me know. Here, what have you been up to this evening?
I've been to a wedding reception, officer.
Oh. Well, you better go home and sleep it off. Stop bothering people.
All right, officer. Good night.
Good night.
Captain Drummond, if you place the slightest value on your life, I advise you to forget this whole incident.
Well, here we are.
That's right. Kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, just sitting around like this, together.
And all those people down at the station waiting to throw rice at us. And that's so cozy here. Oh, Algy, I'm the happiest woman in the world.
Oh, no, darling, I am.
What, dear?
Nothing, I just cleared my throat.
Oh,
Like that.
I thought you said something.
No, just cleared my throat. Do you think it'd be all right if I took off my coat?
Oh, you could take off your coat, I guess.
Yes, I guess I can. Well, I took it off.
Oh, just one wee little moment, darling.
Oh, that's all right, darling. No hurry, you know. Hello, darling. Hello, sweetheart.
Algy, something terrible has happened. I want you to come over at once.
But Hugh, I can't leave here now. I really can't. Well, not yet, anyway. But, my dear fellow, this is the chance of a lifetime. Just think of it, Algy. My very life has been threatened. And by as sinister a character as you. Huh? But, Hugh, what I mean to say is, well, to put it one way, here I am, and here she is. Sort of a critical moment.
Oh, Algy. Mousy, mousy.
Well, I've got to be getting along.
Where are you going?
No use mincing words. I've got to see Drummond on business.
Oh, Algy, please don't go.
I'll be back, of course, but right now I've got to be getting along. Well, au revoir. That's the French goodbye, remember? Au revoir. Suddenly, I looked behind me, and there stood Prince Achmed, who said if you place the slightest value on your life, Captain Drummond, you will forget the entire incident. Oh, it was splendid! Splendid, Algy!
I knew it. I knew it in my bones. The moment I saw you today, I said to myself, no sleep for me tonight.
But, my dear fellow, I tell you, this is serious. The body was there. I saw it, touched it. We've got to do something. How about all of us just going on home?
Ah, home. You're a nice enough fellow, Drummond. Well, you have your faults. But why don't you come down to those, what were those stinking little flowers you were going to raise? Hollyhocks. Hollyhocks. Well, why don't you get down to your hollyhocks tonight and let Algy and me get back to bed?
What do you mean, back to bed? So you don't believe me? You won't do a thing?
Certainly not. In the first place, your Prince Achmed is a distinguished visitor to England, not a criminal. In the second, you're a harebrained young arse who'll probably find an Egyptian mummy in your bed or a shark in your bath. Thirdly, I'm sleepy. But mummy or no mummy, leave me alone and let me sleep.
You believe me, don't you, Algy? I believe you, Hugh, but he's got the right idea. Oh, now just see this picture, Algy, if you can. Now try. A dark and gloomy house in the fog. A sinister prince out of a very sinister Orient. And a body that disappears. Why, Algy, in the whole picture there's only one flaw. Ah, we need a girl, Algy, very beautiful and very seductive. A girl to make a man's heart tremble. A girl in distress. But first of all, she must be beautiful. And by Christopher, look, Algy, here she is. Oh, please come in. We were just discussing you.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. A girl knocked at my door one night last June. It was nearly September before I could get her out. course, not drugged. Algy, it's her nerve. Something serious has happened. Parker, brandy, quick.
Yes, sir. There must be a lot of other doors in London to knock on. Why does she have to pick on yours?
Ah, that's part of the mystery. Who is she? Where does she come from? And why has she flown straight as an arrow to my door? Now, don't be alarmed. Yes, you're quite right. We've met before. I'm the fellow that chats with telegraph poles.
Where's Colonel Nielsen?
He lives in the flat above.
They told me upstairs I'd find him down here, and I must find him.
Well, matter of fact, he just left. But if you'll tell us, perhaps we can help you.
Are you a detective?
Well, an amateur detective. My most amusing hobby.
I've been looking for my uncle. He's disappeared. Oh, I don't know what you can do.
Or try us. If it looks too much, I'll get Nielsen out of bed again.
Well, we just reached London this morning. My uncle and aunt and I from the East Indies aboard the Bombay Girl. That's a cargo ship.
Yes.
Well, we came across from quarantine and went straight to a hotel near the dock. Then my uncle left us about 11 o'clock this morning to make some sort of report to the owner of the ship. And that's the last we've seen of him.
And the owner, did he get the report?
Prince Achmed? I don't know.
Why, Algy. What about Achmed?
Well, that's the strange part of it. He's the owner of the Bombay Girl. And this evening when I went to his house, they told me my uncle had never arrived. Oh, they acted so peculiarly. That's what worries me so.
Wait. Mayfair, 6257.
Jack Benny and Ronald Colman were good buddies. And Ronald and his wife, Benita, were on Jack's program 20 times and resulted in lots of hilarity, you know. The whole thing was the Colmans were very refined and elegant and upper-class Hollywood, and Jack was a ragtime shenanigan guy, you know. So the running thing was Jack was always trying to like sneak into their cool parties or steal his Oscar and stuff like that. So it was a running gag. It was a lot of fun. So kind of a cool tidbit there.
Hello? Can you come down here for a moment?
Oh, my aunt. My sainted aunt. No, Drummond, listen. I'm no longer a young man. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. And will you please, in the name of mercy, leave me alone?
Algy, that settles it. You and I are now in complete charge. Now, tell me all you know about Prince Achmed.
Well,
Oh, but first, your name.
my name is Field. Lola Field.
Mine's Drummond, Hugh Drummond. And, the alert panther man on your right is Algy. Algy.
Oh, someone say something?
Now, Miss Field.
Well, Prince Achmed has been Uncle Paul's employer in the East for the past 15 years. But recently, my uncle received orders to sell everything the prince owned. House, land, everything. Put every shilling into something. I don't know what that something was because Uncle Paul wouldn't tell me. Then to load it onto the Bombay Girl and bring it here to London.
And you have the faintest idea what the cargo is?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think it was furs.
Furs?
Yes, valuable furs from northern China and Siberia.
Yes, go on.
Well, there's only one explanation, and that really isn't a very good one because I don't know what it means.
What was this explanation, Miss Field?
A radiogram.
In code?
Yes, how did you know?
Ah, you see, Algy, how it builds and grows within 2 minutes. A girl in distress, a lost uncle, and now a radiogram in code. Do you know where it came from?
Port Said on the Suez Canal.
Port Said?
Yes, you see, we stopped there 2 weeks ago to take a sick deck ashore. Then when we reached the hotel this morning, my uncle was in such a hurry to get to the prince that he forgot the radiogram. And Aunt Martha, knowing how important it was, asked me to take it to him.
So your aunt knows what it said?
Yes, Uncle Paul must have told her I know because she was terribly upset, too.
All right, Algy, we're off. On the first hop. Parker.
Yes, sir.
My hat and coat. Algy, your things. Miss Fields, your arm.
Would you mind telling me where we're going?
To Miss Fields' hotel to get some very important information from her aunt. The meaning of their radiogram.
I'll get my key.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening. Oh, no, I'm already registered. I want my key, please.
What name, miss?
Field. Lola Field. Room 34.
Field. 34.
Algy, I'm afraid we're too late to help her much.
Then you think that the body you saw at the prince's house was her uncle?
Well, it fits in.
Well, oughtn't you to tell her?
Oh, I've got to be certain.
And I'm telling you, miss, you're off your napper.
But I'm telling you, I am registered here.
Are you addressing Miss Field?
She's off her napper.
I'll trouble you to keep a civil tongue on your head, my friend.
All I'm saying is that I've never seen her or heard of her in my life before.
Never heard of her. Why, she lives here.
She don't live here and did.
He's mistaken. I was talking to him only this morning, and the manager, too. Oh, and we are registered.
Miss Field, is this the East India Hotel?
Yes.
And Miss Field is not registered here, nor her aunt or uncle?
No, why, you can look for yourself.
Oh, but that's ridiculous. I saw Uncle Paul register this morning. My aunt, where is she?
Sure, miss, I don't know.
Kind of a general all-round air of confusion, isn't it?
I beg your pardon. Something wrong, sir? I'm the manager.
Mr. Hendricks will tell you. He knows I live here.
You know this lady?
No, I'm afraid not, sir.
Why, you told me I was speaking with you only this morning.
Me, miss?
Yes.
No, there must be some mistake, miss. Not me.
Oh, no, there's no mistake.
Just wait. Would you have any objection to our looking at room number, what is it?
34.
34, sir? Well, that's occupied. But we got some other rooms.
No, we just want to look at room 34, if you've no objection.
Oh, if you insist, sir, certainly not. Just come with me, please.
Thank you. No question about the number.
No, I'm absolutely positive. Room 34.
Well, I beg your pardon, sir, but this young lady here would like to see the room for a minute.
Oh, what's the idea?
It's just for 1 minute, that's all,
I know,
sir.
but listen here.
Just a minute, that's
but
all.
Look here.
Just a minute.
Miss Field, is this your room?
No, it's not the same furniture. Not the same wallpaper. Well, everything seems different.
Now, you see, sir, I'm afraid the young lady's in the wrong hotel.
I'm not in the wrong hotel. I was here this morning, and you know it.
But, miss, there must be some mistake.
No, there's no mistake.
Just
you know
1 minute, please. How long have you occupied this room?
You get out of here. The old blooming lot of you. What kind of an hotel do you call this? A lot of blokes busting in on a man on his wedding night.
It's a slight mistake, that's all.
You off it.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir.
Is this your wedding?
It is. And what's more, I can prove it.
Say no more. I know just how you feel.
You'll pardon me, sir, but I think the little lady's a bit confused, sir.
Well, scarcely more than I. Thanks for the trouble, anyway.
Not at all, sir. Good night, Captain Drummond.
Drummond? Why do you call me Captain Drummond?
You told me that was your name, sir.
Oh, no, you're mistaken. I never told you my name. Matter of fact, my name is Fortescue. Mortimer P. Fortescue. Remember that?
Yes, Mr. Fortescue.
Well, that clears that all up.
You do believe me, don't you?
I do, but I shouldn't. When you knocked at my door and fainted in my arms, I said to myself, this is serious. But now there's no sense to it. Not even a lark anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I promise you we won't give up. Now, you spoke of a radiogram received by your uncle on board ship.
Yes?
Have you got it with you?
Yes, I have, but I don't think I should
You don't trust me,
trust you. Oh, yes.
Well,
Well, It was just that you've done enough. More than enough.
Not half I'd like to. Splendid. Algy, how's the old noodle? On edge? Huh? Excellent. Working like a whip, I see. Here. Have you got a pencil? Yes. I want you to make a copy of this radiogram with all the speed and accuracy possible only to an ex-officer in His Majesty's Signal Corps.
With you, I haven't decoded a message since the armistice.
Now, Algy, this is no time to tell me of your war experiences. Just copy it. Quick.
Really, I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am.
Don't. Let's save it until we run out of conversation. That won't be for hours.
Well, so far there's no way of telling my wedding night from any other.
Never mind, Algy. You're going home now.
Home? Do you think you can spare me?
No, I'm afraid I can't. You're going home to translate that code. And Algy, I want you to work on it as you've never worked before, sparing time for neither food, sleep, nor love.
That rather narrows down my activities, don't you think?
How long now? She'll be around soon. It's wearing off.
Did you find anything?
Nothing.
Did you search her thoroughly?
From head to foot.
Then we'll do it again. I tell you, we've got to find it and destroy it. You blundering idiot. Why didn't you fetch the girl, too?
She was in Fair Highness. The old woman was all alone.
Then where is she?
Hello? It's for you, Highness.
Yes?
Hello. Yes, she was here. Yes. We'd hardly finished changing the numbers on the doors. And you was right. Drummond was with her.
Where did she go?
She drove away in his car. And I saw her take a piece of paper out of her purse and show it to him. It must have been the radiogram.
All right, don't worry. And above all, don't talk. So it's still Captain Drummond. He has obviously chosen to ignore my most excellent advice. That was very, very unwise of him.
You know, at last I've decided what you're like. You're like someone out of a book.
I know. Oliver Twist.
Will that be all, sir?
That's all, Parker. Now, this will do you good. Sugar?
No, just lemon.
Have a biscuit.
No, thank you.
Piece of cake. You know, I'm very good at cooking omelets.
No, really.
That's better. Now you're smiling.
Well, it's rather difficult not to with you. Besides, you seem to have given me courage and hope. A feeling of safety that I didn't believe was possible.
Ah, leave it to little Oliver. Now I can go to work.
Where are you going?
This time I'm going to make sure of getting Nielsen out of bed.
With a pistol?
Well, it's not a bad idea, but I don't think it's necessary. No, I have a witness for him this time. You. Now, in the meanwhile, just relax. Try and believe that everything is going to come out all right. Will you? Will you? I'll be back in a minute.
you young fool, do you realize you're beginning to haunt me like a nightmare?
Well, you know what we're going to find, don't you? What? The girl's gone, of course. Kidnapped.
Some rot like that.
You're wrong, Inspector. She's here and very beautiful. You ready? Smile now. Lola. 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 Miss Field. Parker. Lola. She's gone.
May I go to bed now?
Oh, I tell you, this is serious, Nielsen. She was here, I swear it.
Drummond, you found a body. It disappeared. You found a girl. She disappeared. She had a hotel room. It disappeared. Why is it my blasted luck that everything and everybody can disappear except you?
Now, wait. As a favor, a personal favor, I want a couple of your men to come with me to Prince Achmed's house and search it now.
I see. Just a born disturber of other people's sleep.
Will you or will you not?
Drummond, not only will I not, but I'm going to put an end to the whole affair now. Once and for all. Hello? Hello? This is Colonel Nielsen. Put me through to Scotland Yard.
Will you please listen?
Sussex. Hollyhocks. Peace and quiet.
Lola! Lola!
I want 2 capable men sent immediately to the residence of Prince Achmed in Rodney Square. Their orders will be to keep Captain Hugh Drummond, a man with a mad glint in both eyes, out of the premises. And if necessary, to arrest him and lock him up. That's all.
Finished, Inspector?
Drummond, I warn you. If you annoy Prince Achmed again tonight, you'll be arrested. Go to bed and stop bothering people. Good night.
See you later.
Ah.
Darling, you'll never leave me again, will you?
Never, my love, never. And I'll be right back, too.
Aren't you tired yet?
Well, I could do with a wink or two.
Oh, you sweet little mousy, you.
Hello? Hello? Is that you, Algy? Hello? Algy? Algy, something terrible has happened. I want you to... Algy! Hello? I want you to come over at once. Hello?
Wait here and keep the motor running.
Yes, sir. But for heaven's sake, be careful.
The last time I heard of him, he was in Africa shooting lions. Every time that blighter comes to town, there's always trouble. You're right. If you ask me, Elf, I don't think that going to turn up tonight at all. Well, you never know, you know. He's a slippery fella. You got to be on the watch. Orders is orders.
can't seem to remember what happened. My husband, did he reach you?
Yes, he was here.
Oh, I am so glad. The very thought of that ship coming into port without the authorities knowing. I've never seen him so worried.
Then your husband told you what was in the radiogram?
Yes, but no one else, of course.
Then in all of London, there is no one who knows but just you and us here?
And Mr. Field, of course.
And Mr. Field, of course. Mrs. Field, Dr. Southern is going to give you a sleeping draught.
Oh, but I
No
don't...
need to just take it and trust me.
Ah. I'm so weak.
Mrs. Field. Mrs. Field. Brandy powder.
Yes, sir.
Quick, quick. Mrs. Field. Brandy, sir. Mrs. Field. This is very important. Can you understand me? I am Captain Drummond, a friend of Lola's. Do you know the meaning of this radiogram?
Yes, I know. It's...
Oh, Mrs. Field, try and answer, please. Mrs. Field. Splendid. I was afraid for the moment we were going to find out what it was all about. Watch her, Parker. I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, he wants to see me. I have an appointment.
You can't, sir. He's a priest, and he won't see anyone, sir.
Oh, I've got to see him.
What's going on? Is that you, Watkins?
Yes, sir.
Colonel Nielsen, wake up.
Oh, you.
You must come quickly. I've got the aunt downstairs. She's been drugged.
Aunt? What aunt? Whose aunt? Great heavens, where do you dig up all these people?
I can't stop the talk now. Jump into this and come down.
I'm going to hang you, Drummond, I swear it.
That's quite all right.
From tonight on, I shan't be happy till I see your worthless body swinging from the gallows.
Splendid, but come quickly.
And I'm going to spring the trap myself, personally.
Mrs. Field. Mrs. Field! Mrs. Field, Parker! Oh, Mrs. Field!
Don't tell me. I know. The aunt's gone, too. Isn't that so? Drummond, you're a blithering, blasted young fool. You're a menace to every blithering, blasted man, woman, and child in England. In every way you tried to drive me insane tonight, and by the Lord Harry,
If this keeps up, we'll have to get some more brandy.
Thank you. Give me your phone. Thank you. Hello? Hello, this is Colonel Nielsen. Give me Scotland Yard. It's a habit. If you'd stuck to those stinking little... What were you going to raise? Hollyhocks. Hollyhocks? Hello? This is Colonel Nielsen speaking. Send 2 men, better make it 6, to my flat. I want them to take up a man and lock him in a cell. No, in a dungeon. All right, I'll keep him under lock and key till you get here.
You're taking my telephone to bed.
Oh, now. That'll stop your prowling. And you'll stay there till the police come.
Where do you get all this rope? I see. Well, wait till I get a knife.
Mousy, mousy.
I can't see you, my darling, but I'll find you. Now, who in the world could that be?
Oh, dear.
Oh, I was beginning to be afraid you'd forgotten me.
Algy, where's the translation? Did you get it?
Well, I'll tell you about that, Hugh. The reason I haven't done anything about that, there's been something else on my mind all evening.
I haven't forgotten, Algy. And I swear that nothing but a matter of the gravest importance would bring me to you on such a night. But that radiogram may mean life or death. Algy, we've got to know.
Well, I suppose Gwen and I are still young. Plenty of years ahead of us, eh?
Good fella. Now get to work and bring me a translation to Prince Achmed's house in Rodney Square in half an hour. Remember, Achmed's house, half an hour.
30 minutes, eh?
8-ball time. I had a show yesterday at Boston Blackie, and this is Bulldog Drummond. So I asked the 8-ball, if Blackie got into a fight with Bulldog Drummond, would Boston Blackie win? 8-ball says, absolutely. Back to the show.
How is she now?
She'll be all right. She's coming to.
Leave her alone, please. Please.
Where are they? My aunt and uncle.
Your uncle is dead.
Dead? Then you killed him.
We'll discuss that at another time.
Oh. And my aunt, where's she?
Your aunt is safe, so far.
What do you mean?
Miss Field, I shan't try to mislead you any longer. It is impossible to exaggerate the danger of your present position, yours and your aunt's. It may sound fantastic to you, but really, your lives depend on my getting possession of the radiogram which your uncle received on the Bombay girl.
Radiogram? But I haven't got it.
What did you do with it, Miss Field? Then allow me to guess. You gave it to Captain Drummond.
No. No, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. Let me go. I'll get it for you. I promise you I'll get it for you.
No. You needn't bother. Charming tap, Captain Drummond. Very romantic. We'll get it from him ourselves. Sing! Highness, take 3 men, armed, and deliver for me a personal invitation to... And remember, Sing, I'm at home to no one but
Captain Bulldog Drummond. And let me remind you, my dear, that not only your aunt's life, not only your own, but also Captain Drummond's, depends entirely upon the niceness of your behavior.
His Highness is expecting you, sir. Oh, still? More or less open house tonight, isn't it? Good evening, everybody.
Captain Drummond, no one has ever been more welcome.
Well, there seems to be a certain charm about this lovely old mausoleum. Ah, Miss Field. Fancy finding you here.
What do you want, Captain Drummond?
Oh, you, of course.
Please go and forget me.
Forget you? I'm afraid that's impossible. You'd better come with me.
Neither of you leaves this house tonight.
Now, listen, my good-natured friend, perhaps we can reach some agreement. If you'll stop kidnapping people from my house, I'll promise to stop breaking into yours. Otherwise, this sort of thing might keep up all night.
Captain Drummond, I gave you fair warning to keep out of this. I'm now giving you another chance. Turn the radiogram over to me. Otherwise...
Yes?
Oh, please, please, Captain Drummond, give it to him.
You were saying?
Otherwise, I shall be compelled to use force.
Now, hear me, my melodramatic Oriental. I'll give you nothing. And this radiogram now becomes a document that Scotland Yard must see. And I'll further trouble you to keep your hands in front of you as I depart. Miss Field, I'll call you later. Oh, Lady Macbeth, I believe.
Sing. How, son?
Out of the way or I'll shoot.
Relieve Captain Drummond of his gun. It's not loaded.
And now, what have you to say, Captain Drummond?
As awkward a situation, Your Highness, as any I can remember. Empty-handed, entirely surrounded by villains, armed to the teeth and thirsting for my blood. May I have a cigarette? You will notice that, in spite of my danger, I still remain calm and collected, keen and alert for the next move. What will it be?
The radiogram, please. You know, this means about £500,000 to me.
Ah, the old saying, Your Highness, easy come, easy go.
Captain Drummond, you have ignored warning after warning. You have interfered in the most reckless and foolhardy fashion. When you gamble, Captain Drummond, you must also count on losing. Sing! Get him, you fools! Radiogram is gone. Where is it?
I haven't got it.
Search him, you fools. Search him.
I haven't got it, I tell you.
You're lying. Give it to me, I tell you. Drummond, I swear I'll kill you. Come on.
What's all the row about?
Rather a close shave, Your Highness.
Here, now, who's doing all this here?
Matter of fact, officer, I am.
Captain Drummond.
Yes.
Now, if you'll allow me to explain...
That's all right, Your Highness. We'll handle him for you. Now then, Captain Drummond, you've got to come along with us. Orders is orders.
Officer, you're perfectly right. Orders is orders.
But I tell you it's unnecessary. Apparently there's been some silly mistake. Captain Drummond is my guest. I want him to remain here.
Generous. Always generous to a fault. But no, Your Highness, I am guilty. I am ready to pay my debt to society.
It's very handsome of you trying to save him like that, sir. Very handsome. Now then, Captain Drummond, you come along with us.
Your Highness, this is probably your most embarrassing moment.
Good night, Your Highness.
You fools! You bungled everything! Get out!
You understand, Captain, we don't want to arrest you, but you're behaving like a jack-in-the-box. You can't do this sort of thing. Orders is orders.
All right, officer, I'll go home. All I need is peace and quiet.
Carry on, old man.
Righto, Governor.
Algy!
Here, where you going? Here, none of that stuff now.
But that's Algy. A friend of mine. There's danger for him if he goes into that house. Great danger, I tell you.
Oh, you're having nightmares, sir. Why, His Highness is one of the nicest, kindest gentlemen whatever I saw. He wouldn't harm a fly.
All right, officer. I'll go. Good night.
Good night, sir, and pleasant dreams.
Thank you, and sleep well.
Thank you, sir. The same to you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good evening. Oh, is Captain Drummond here?
Are you a friend of Captain Drummond?
More like his right hand, I'd say.
Come right in, sir. You're indeed welcome.
Only stay but a moment, though.
Wait here.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'm a friend of Captain Drummond. Well, shall we sit down?
What did you want to see Captain Drummond about? Fact is, I handled a little matter for him tonight. Seemed to be a bit too much for him by himself. But I decoded it. Oh, a radiogram, wasn't it? That's it, a radiogram in code. Probably no more than 10 men in London could have figured it out. Well, no more than 1,000 anyway. And you have this translation with you? Oh, yes. It would be pretty stupid of me to translate it and then forget to bring it.
Give it to me.
But it's for Drummond.
Give it to me, you fool. Give it to me.
Hello. Just a moment, please. It's Colonel Nielsen.
Stay where you are. Hello? Yes, Colonel Nielsen.
I had him locked in his room, but he got out through the window.
Yes, Colonel. I understand perfectly. I'll do just as you say.
Mind you, there's nothing actually wrong with Drummond. He's a bit balmy, that's all. He's the sort of chap who might be lurking in the shrubbery under your window at this moment.
Yes, Colonel. I understand.
I thought I'd give you the tip. Good night.
Good night. Give it to me.
I'm afraid it's too late. I doubt if you could even get it with a stomach pump.
Sing, Hassan.
Yes, Highness.
Lock him in the cellar and hurry back.
Here, here. Boys, I'll report this case.
Where's the girl?
Upstairs in the room next to her aunt.
Good.
Parker.
Yes, sir.
Take Mrs. Field to a hotel and make it a good, strong one.
Then come back here and wait for me.
Yes, sir.
Now, Parker will tell you what to do. Follow his instructions.
Turn off the lights. Unlock those windows. I have an idea there's going to be good hunting here soon.
Do you like hollyhocks?
Why, yes, I love them. Why?
Nothing. That's all I wanted to know. On your way, quick.
Oh, there you are.
Hello, Algy.
What's new?
Drummond, we may as well speak bluntly. I'm quite willing to admit that I'm without experience in violence like this. I'm not a criminal by choice or habit. But you must believe me when I tell you that I'm prepared to go to any lengths to get possession of that radiogram, even to killing you, if you make it necessary.
My dear fellow, you are without a doubt one of the most engaging blackguards I have ever encountered.
I know, of course, that you place no value on your own life.
Oh, no. On the contrary, I love life, as a mother loves her child.
At 4 o'clock, I shall leave to watch the Bombay girl unload its cargo. So you have 20 minutes in which to tell me what you've done with that radiogram. 20 minutes, Drummond. No more and no less. Remember, Drummond, 20 minutes, no more and no less.
You said that. You're repeating yourself.
Quick, Al. What about the translation of that message?
Whoop. That's it.
What do you mean?
I ate it.
Ate it?
You know, like a spy, chewed it up and ate it.
Algy, that was only a copy. They don't care about a copy.
I know that now. I don't suppose you'd have a bit of bicarbonate of soda about you, would you?
Now, quick now, Algy, tell me. What did it say?
It was to Paul Field, SS Bombay girl, en route Port Said to London.
Yes.
Please advise Prince Achmed that Rogers died of colic.
Colic?
Sort of a children's stomachache. Usually comes from eating green apples.
Oh, Algy, you've missed it.
There was no signature.
Port Said, en route to Port Said. That's where Lola said they put the sick sailor ashore. Yes, and he was the one who died. Ah, but not of colic. No, that wouldn't account for murder, for kidnapping. Aye, Christopher, Algy, we've got to get out of this.
It'd be pretty nice if you cleared up the whole matter so you could get home to bed, don't you think?
Oh, Algy, we must get out of here. Oh, if only we could get someone to open that door.
That's only a house phone, old boy. You can't get the police that way.
Hello. Hello. Is this a host? Greetings. How's the blood pressure? Well, have you decided? Well, how much time have we?
You have 11 minutes to decide.
Then hear me, my foul friend. We are now going to attack. I promise you a word of honor that in 10 minutes, no more, no less, we are coming up there to nail your whole ruddy plan to the wall. 10 minutes. No more, no less.
What plan is that?
I don't know, but think of it, Algy. From a locked room, practically a dungeon, to completely master the situation in 10 minutes. Algy, if we can do that, we'll be superb.
You'll be a bit surprised, too, I guess.
I could admire that young man under other circumstances.
He's a fool.
On the contrary, he is too clever.
Hello. The attack has started, my pompous peacock, and Mrs. Field is gone. 9 more minutes.
I say now, Hugh, you don't want to get a Johnny like that worked up, you know.
That's just what we do want, Algy. I know of no better way of working up than by ringing bells.
You understand, Drummond? You're only making more unhappiness for yourself.
He's right. The old woman has gone.
Gone? It's impossible. Why, he's locked up. Did you look in the girl's room?
No.
Sing. Go search the girl's room, quickly. What do you want?
You were speaking of Miss Field, weren't you? Well, she's gone, too. 8 more minutes, my gaudy aristocrat. No more, no less.
But he can't. He can't. He's locked in the room without windows. Highness, the girl is gone, too. But how? It's impossible, I tell you.
Quite a musician, ain't he? Reminds me of my son Angus. He's taking lessons on the bagpipes. No.
Anything yet?
Drummond.
Howdy. Put up your hands, sir.
Algy, we have company.
Now walk straight ahead, sir, both of you.
You know, Hugh, barring none, this is probably the dullest wedding night a man ever spent.
So, Captain Drummond, you were going to have me by 4 o'clock.
Well, roughly, yes, that was the idea.
And what have you to say now?
Well, it isn't 4 o'clock yet.
Well, I must admit that I've rarely had the pleasure of knowing so courageous a fighter. It's unfortunate that victory is a joy that cannot be divided. Unfortunate, too, that only one of us will live to celebrate it.
You understand, of course, that a translation of your radiogram is already on its way to Scotland Yard?
And let me inform you, sir, that whatever happens now, it's too late to stop me. A half hour ago, my ship left quarantine with a clean slate.
Quarantine?
And waiting at the dock are trucks and men. In a half hour, her cargo will be ashore.
I'll have my £500,000 in gold, and then farewell to England.
I've got it, Algy. By Christopher, I've got it at last. Come, quick.
Stop or I'll fire!
Sorry, this time I can't stop.
Drummond, this is your last chance. Give me that radiogram at once or I'll kill you.
Your Highness, this is not your lucky night.
Here, here, here now. Who's doing all this here? Who's shooting who? Captain Drummond. Strike me pink, how did you get in here? I thought I told you to stay out of here.
You're right, officer, and I was trying to leave, but His Highness insists that I stay.
Oh, that's very handsome of you, sir. As I said before, that's very handsome indeed. Your heart's in the right place, but orders is orders. Now then, Captain Drummond, you've got to come along with us.
You see, Your Highness, I must tear myself away.
You know, orders is orders.
Come on, Algy, work to do.
Good night, Your Highness.
Colonel Nielsen! Colonel Nielsen!
Huh? What's going on? Watkins, you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but I must see you.
What are you doing here?
I'm Lola Field, and I've come on behalf of Captain Drummond.
What, another lunatic? Watkins, show the young lady out.
No. You must listen to me. Captain Drummond's in danger. They may kill him.
Good, the sooner the better.
Oh, but you don't understand. They've already killed my uncle, and they may kill him, too.
Oh, who's killed whose, Uncle? Now, wait a bit. Start at the beginning and tell me all about it.
Well,
Watkins, don't go.
In the name of the law, stop. Orders is orders.
Probably none of my business, but where are we going?
To the docks, to stop the Bombay girl from unloading her cargo. Algy, we've got to find that code book. Search this room thoroughly.
Hey, you there! Come on, get over. What's the idea? Come on, both of you, get back. Back into the corner. Come on.
How did it happen? It's Drummond, the fool. Oh, don't tell me. I can guess. He set the ship afire.
Yes.
Oh, officer, keep the crowd away from the dock gate. Very good, sir. Go into headquarters with more men. Come on.
early this morning.
Well, Drummond, you're in for it this time. Drummond, you shall answer in court for every shilling you cost me tonight, for every crime you committed, and for the cargo of valuable furs which you have destroyed.
Your Highness, may I have a cigarette?
Oh, no more of this tomfoolery. Consider yourself under arrest.
Just one moment, Colonel. This radiogram was received by Paul Field, captain of this ship. It is in code and concerns the mysterious death of a sailor.
You're right, Hugh. That word was wrong. The sailor didn't die of colic.
Of course he didn't. Colonel, this is the ship's private codebook. The last word in that radiogram is cholera.
Cholera! And you were trying to smuggle infected cargo ashore? To risk starting a horrible plague? A plague that might have meant the deaths of thousands?
Every penny I had in the world was invested in those furs. It is unfortunate that they turned out to be diseased. However, gentlemen, I fought precisely as I would fight again under the same circumstances. But as I said to Captain Drummond, when a man gambles, he must be prepared to lose. Gentlemen, I have lost.
Hello, darling. I'm back again.
Mousy, darling, where have you been all night?
Where haven't I been, you mean?
Oh, what's the matter, baby? Are you sick?
Well, I could do with a bit of bicarbonate of soda. Hello. What's new?
Algy, my dear fellow, I have pleasure in informing you that a marriage has been arranged and will take place the moment you and Gwen arrive here to witness the ceremony.
But Hugh, I've got to get to bed and get a little sleep.
Sleep? Who ever heard of such a thing? Why, it's daylight. No, Algy. Breakfast is waiting and Lola is starving. Aren't you, darling? Come over at once.
All right, we'll be over. That was Hugh Drummond wants us to come over and witness his marriage.
His marriage? To whom?
Some girl he met in the fog last night. I never did catch her name.
The way it's beginning to look to me, we might as well have never been married.
Well, cheer up, my pet. Who knows, we may be very happy in our quiet, platonic ways.
Hollyhock, you asked me last night if I liked them.
And you said yes. So I decided to marry you.
Thanks to Hollyhock.
Oh, darling, just think of it. Peace and quiet, a babbling brook, a few hollyhocks bright against the garden wall.
I hope you guys liked the show. Thanks for coming. The trivia question at the beginning was, in what movie did John Howard portray Ronald Colman's brother? John Howard was the first Bulldog Drummond Tonight, and Ron Colman was the second in the second movie. But in what movie did they play brothers? A very famous movie. And the answer is Lost Horizon, the classic, you know. By the way, Lost Horizon was a book written by James Hilton, and it was the first mass-produced paperback in the United States. Interesting tidbit. I learned that from before. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you had a great time, and hope to see you soon. Take care.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.